guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is mostly about beauty, and today we're going to continue with our advent calendar roundup. This is part, I think, 6, and I think this is going to be the final installment of our roundup. There's not really many more advent calendars, multi-branded advent calendars at least, to be revealed. So I'm pretty sure these 6 videos can give you like a very thorough view of what's available as far as multi-branded advent calendars go on a British market. So let's just jump in. So we're going to start with Glamour advent calendar. This is the first one ever calendar created by this brand. It is available to pre-order, but they're going to start shipping from, I think, November the 3rd. It is priced at £165 with a value of £850. And inside of this advent calendar you will find 7 makeup items, 4 hair products, 1 fragrance and 11 accessories. So yeah, that is a lot, and you can straight away guess that this is not going to be an advent calendar for everyone. It's definitely very accessories heavy, but I mean, I don't really hate it. I actually feel quite excited to potentially get this advent calendar, mostly because there's a lot of jewelry in it. So yeah, I mean, I find this advent calendar quite exciting, but this is definitely not going to be one of those that will get a lot of praise. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are disappointed with how many accessories are inside, which is completely fine. I just like this advent calendar for being a bit different. I see this as almost like a cheaper alternative to Vogue advent calendar, which is, I mean, let's be honest, very expensive. Here we have a cheaper response to that. So jewelry, some other accessories, some makeup, some skincare, so you know, a little bit of everything. Talking about skincare, there's not really much of it here. I think there are more like 4 products, one of them being an Avant. I think it's a moisturizer or serum. Still, we all know Avant is a brand that is a bit overpriced and used to kind of increase the value of advent calendars or beauty boxes. So yeah, there's that. But still, I quite like the look of this advent calendar. So apart from this jewelry, there's also some nice makeup items like this Vive palette. There are actually 25 full sizes in it. So yeah, that's pretty good. Next up, we have latest in beauty. They collaborated with stylists this year, just like they did last year. I've already bought and unboxed this advent calendar. So if you'd like to watch me unboxing it, I'm going to link it here. It is priced at £149.99 this year with a value of £600. Last year it was priced at £169 with a value of £600. So the same value, but last year's was more expensive. This advent calendar contains 7 makeup items, 1 candle, 5 hair products, and as far as accessories goes, there is only a brush set. I think there were like 4 brushes in it and some like makeup blenders, so not bad. I actually quite like this advent calendar. It was a little bit different. The sizes were really good, especially those like hair products. They were like massive. The products inside were a bit different compared to what you usually find in advent calendars. So yeah, I think this was not a bad advent calendar, especially considering the fact that latest in beauty advent calendars usually come with like discount codes. So there's always, not always, but oftentimes there's a code that you can use with it. I used one that reduced the price by £30 for me, so I mean, I thought for £120 this was a bargain. Next up, we have Gerald's advent calendar, and this one is interesting. So this is a 12 days of beauty advent calendar. So exactly what they did last year, but it does contain 25 items in these like 12 drawers, which I find kind of interesting. It is priced at £125 with a value of £466. Last year it was priced at £150 with a value of £428. So yeah, the price and the value both are better this year. I mean, that bit is pretty amazing. Inside this advent calendar you will find 8 makeup items, 2 hair products, 5 fragrances. So lots of products in general, quite a nice variety. The only issue I've got with this advent calendar is the makeup bit. I find it a bit bland. So amongst those like 8 makeup products, there are like 2 bottles of nail polish, which, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I personally think that the shades they're offering are not the most amazing, at least in my opinion. What else do we have there? Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eyeshadow in this kind of natural shade, a Ruby Woo lipstick by MAC, NARS Orgasm Blush. So see, quite unexciting, I would say, in this kind of like makeup category. But it does have quite a lot of fragrances, so if you love your scent, you might actually enjoy this advent calendar. Next up, we have All Beauty advent calendar. So we do have this 12-day advent calendar. It is priced at £79.99 with a value of £360. Inside, you will find 1 candle, 4 fragrances, 3 hair products, no makeup whatsoever. So the remaining products are going to be skincare and some like body care items. So it is a bit different. The brands are a bit different, the products are a bit different, not your kind of like usual advent calendar items. The sizes look really good too. So yeah, I do think this is definitely quite an interesting advent calendar, definitely one I would consider. Next up, Minted. They do have 2 tiny mini advent calendars, 6 items each. The good news is that all 6 of these items in each of these advent calendars are full-sized. Price-wise, version 1 costs £170 and it's worth £504. Version 2 costs £178 with a value of £574. These advent calendars are purely luxurious skincare, and I guess if you have a look at these advent calendars and you see one that you literally like all 6 products inside, this is going to be great value for your money. Next up, Space NK Fragrance Advent Calendar. This is the one I haven't mentioned before. It wasn't initially announced, so I wasn't really too sure if this was going to happen or not for Space NK, but this is exactly what they did last year as well. Like, they didn't re-announce it until like later in the year. So this year's Space NK Advent Calendar, I've already bought it, unboxed it. So again, if you haven't seen my video and you would like to, I'm going to link it here. As far as the details go, this year's Advent Calendar is priced at £160 with the value of £560. Last year the price was a little bit lower, £150 with a value of £560, so the value was the same. This Advent Calendar offers a really nice selection of fragrances. The sizes are good. I mean, of course, we can't really compare it to the Harrods Fragrance Advent Calendar because that one is like uncomparable. Like, we should not even like mention it, but I still think this one offered quite nice sizes. There was a candle there as well. Also, the scent profile of fragrances in this advent calendar was a little bit easier, I think, for most people, because Harrods usually has these proper niche, very unisex fragrances with a lot of oud or like leathery scents. Here the fragrances were a little bit more balanced, I would say. Okay, what else do we have? Ooh, okay, Liberty Men's Advent Calendar. And this one, listen, if you like skincare and unisex fragrances, make sure to check out this advent calendar, because honestly, you don't have to be a man to enjoy this advent calendar. There's a lot of fragrances in it, lots of good skincare products, and pretty much every single thing in this advent calendar is unisex. Like, I haven't seen any like beard oils or moisturizers, nothing really like that. It's just mostly really good skincare and lots and lots of fragrances. So yeah, I mean, from my perspective, this one definitely looks pretty good. Oh, the price and the value, I haven't mentioned that. So this one is priced at £260 with a value of £932. Alright, so the last advent calendar I'm going to quickly mention, but I don't really have any details, and this is probably the last advent calendar to be revealed, like multi-branded advent calendar, right? And this is Cohorted. So I don't really have any information as to what's going to be inside or when it's going to be released. All I know is that there is a waiting list for this advent calendar. Last year, I remember it was actually released quite late in the year too. This is going to be a 12-day advent calendar. That is pretty much all I know. And just for reference, last year this advent calendar was priced at £62 with a value of £460, which is quite a good price and value ratio, but I do think there was a shipping cost on top of that, and it was quite substantial, like 10 or 15 pounds or something like that. So yeah, you have to bear that in mind. This year things might be completely different, so I don't know, but this is probably the last advent calendar we're waiting to be revealed. Okay, so just to quickly finish this video, I have a few single branded advent calendars that I guess are quite popular, so I'd like to quickly mention these. We're going to start with Dior. This one is priced at a whopping £570, but luckily the price did not increase compared to last year. As far as the contents go, to be honest, it does look very similar to me every single year. Like, you're going to have a mixture of some skincare, fragrances and makeup. I don't know, personally I wouldn't pay that money for what's inside, but I guess if you really love the brand, it could potentially make sense. Next up we have Armani. This advent calendar is priced at £270, and this is the same price it cost last year too, so that's great. This advent calendar, to be honest, I do find this advent calendar to be pretty good if you like the brand. It's a mixture of mostly like fragrances and makeup. There are a couple of skincare items in there too, but mostly I would say fragrances and makeup. The fragrances you're going to find in Armani advent calendar are from their collection for women, so they're going to be like more feminine fragrances. I know there are other advent calendars. There are plenty of other brands that do a little mix, so they have some of the more like feminine and the more masculine fragrances in their calendars, and I know some of you don't like it. So here we only have fragrances that are designed technically for women, plus a lot of makeup. There are plenty of full sizes amongst those makeup items, and yeah, I mean, personally I think these Armani advent calendars, if you like the brand, they're not bad. I actually bought this advent calendar last year and I suppose 2 years ago as well, and I think these are not bad, even though it's still pretty pricey for a single brand advent calendar. And then the last advent calendar we're going to talk about is Yves Saint Laurent, and this advent calendar is priced at £346 this year. Last year it was priced at £280, so a really big difference in price. The contents, to be honest, looks a little bit better compared to last year's. And by that I mean, again, this is an advent calendar that will have a selection of fragrances and makeup items and a little bit of skincare there too. But amongst those makeup items you will find an eyeshadow palette, which is quite a cool thing, I guess. And then there's also a candle, so you know, it does look pretty good, but I don't think it justifies this price rise of over £60. So yeah, there's that. And this is our official roundup of advent calendars for 2025, fully wrapped up. What do you guys think of advent calendars this year, especially those multi-branded ones? Do you have any favorites? Have you purchased some of them already, or maybe you're waiting for Black Friday deals to pick something up? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, this is everything for me today. Thank you very much for watching. For more advent calendar related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye!